I think we use this maneuver like 3 times because, like I say, we only have so many tanks, and so there are fake armies where we have fake tanks in other spots because if they pop up, because we have defenses, so they can't really get past the line. They can only look in and see from on the other side. So they look in and they see all these fake tanks, and some of them are done pretty well. You know, where it looks like they're camouflaged. You know, so we build up berms of dirt, so it looks like where there are some where it's just an open pit and there's like a turret sticking out. We even have like real turrets that we just put on the dirt in some places, so it looks like it's actually a tank in a hole, but it's not. But you won't know that unless you get in an airplane or walk up next to it. But they can't do that, so it looks like we have all of these tanks everywhere, but we don't. We only have a couple. So because we're really stretched thin. I mean, there's real fighting going on right now. I mean, not right now, but I mean, like back then when all this is happening. So we drive the tanks all night, and we park them in barns. And I think I forget who takes them, Irish or someone, but basically they're driving all night, and those guys they just drive in shift. They just drive in shifts, so they drive from just like dusk, like just when like 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, and then they drive all night until barely almost morning, and then park. Anyway, so they do that, and they coming around because we think they might be able to punch through, but we're not sure. So anyway, so we get up there, and they're coming through, and I think they had an army actually coming up from the back. I forget exactly how it went down, but this is all happening. Anyway, I'm the one who had the idea of the fake army. I had it being built. I spent like $3,000 back in what is it, or $1,500, I think it was. Like all the stuff, the balloon that Japan floats over the city and stuff like that. That was me. That was like a $3,000, $1,700 balloon that the Japan builds for me. So I mean, we're all together on this. So anyway, so we moved the army up, and sure enough, they punched through, I believe. And but the army, like what we did, I think, is there's some defenses. And we have these tents, so it looks like there's a bunch of guys there, but not that many actual tanks. So we park everything inside the tanks, and there's a barn there, I think, too. And we park some inside the barn. So they're all hidden there, and sure enough, they come up and they start attacking us. And that's when we roll out and we crush them one more time. Like I say, the war was a long one. It was not a quick thing. It was over. There were 3 successive wars. Like in year 900, I have tanks, and I'm messing around, and I have some aircraft, but it's not that much. It's just some little stuff, and only a couple. But in year 900, I am slammed. I am schooled. It's like, I mean, Black Africa just goes, into me, and I'm like, blah! I'm like my cities are destroyed. My cities are on fire. And like in one swift move, they overrun 3 cities or something. And there's also some nuking and some carpet bombing. And I'm on the run. We're retreating from year 900 on until about year 300, and we're clinging to dear life. Our cities are occupied. We are seriously, as a white race, it's game over. From year 900. As a white race, it was game over. That was it. The black people controlled the world. So, but it's not over yet. It's not over yet. So, year 900, they slam me hard, and it's just like city after city after city after city. There's no stopping them. They're coming up from Africa. Like, it begins in Africa, and they move out. So, as soon as it starts, we're like, reinforce Spain now. I'm like, we start building heavy in Spain, and like trucks are going down there, and we're reinforcing in Spain. I'm like, we're going to hold them here. We're going to fall back to here. We're going to do this here, and we're going to do it here, 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 here. But there just was no stopping Africa. They were moving in force. Like all of South Africa just wakes up one day and goes, Zambiwe! and they're just running, and just like I say, they hit the 2 French cities first in Africa. There's like a French and a Dutch city. They overrun them. They get my manufacturing plants. They start producing like there's no tomorrow. So we're like, shit. And then it's just subsequent, just fighting. So eventually, like I say, they're rolling into into where Spain is, and they're going to cross right there, and come up through Spain, and Spain becomes like this nightmare death zone where it's just like, it is just war. I have 3 layers of defenses, and they're just hitting us every single day, just like blam blam, just it's like this 55-year war of just nothing but death. We send tanks down, they get destroyed. There's no clear, there's probably like 250 miles or something right there, or 200 miles where it's like, it just goes back and forth. They get in and then we push them back. They get in and then we push them back. And it's just like across Spain. And there's this little Chinese colony up in the corner of Spain where it's a Chinese town and some Chinese tanks, but they're light duty. So they can kind of come in and they're kind of able to do some damage, but they can't really actually do anything. Anyway, and at some point in time, the battle group breaks off to go up, goes right into them, and they're like, and they're losing ground every single day, and they're being killed and they're being pushed off into the ocean. And so we're like, shit, we got to save those people, and they're Chinese. So I think it's in Spain. It is. I forget. I think they're Chinese, and they're just getting slaughtered. Like the black people won't stop. They don't ask for surrender. They don't care. They just shoot you in the head and keep on trucking. And that's the way it was.